Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Guys, it's been a while, so welcome back to my regular followers. Welcome to my new followers. Guys, I've seen that since I was on here last, I've passed 900 subscribers. I think we're about 904 right now, so thank you guys so much. It means a lot to me. Sorry I haven't been around much, guys. It's been crazy. Been a crazy time. Just work, family, just everything. I've told you guys in the past, sometimes I might post 3 videos in a week. Sometimes you won't see me for a while. So that's what's been going on, and I'm happy to be back. Wanted to let you guys know that I'm still here. I haven't abandoned the channel. Still wanted to do this, guys. Just a matter of finding time. I've been up since about 12:50 this morning. And we're looking at almost 5:30 here, Pacific Standard Time. 5:30 in the early evening, late afternoon. So anyway, a little bit tired, as you can imagine, but wanted to get a review on here, guys. Wanted to come back, wanted to just kind of get back in the saddle, talk to you guys. I've missed you guys, missed the commentary and everything, so look forward to that. And guys, without further ado, let's talk about this review here today. So as you can see, I have a couple of things in front of me. Both products having to do with Jim Beam. So this one right here, this is a whiskey. It's called Jacob's Ghost. And what this is it's a tribute whiskey to Jacob Beam, who was the founder of Jim Beam. Back then, the Jim Beam distillery was called the Old Tub Distillery. But Jacob Beam was the founder, guys. And you see Jacob's hologram right here. Kind of creepy. The eyes follow you around. Kind of neat in a way. But what this product is Jim Beam's representation or re-representation of what Jacob was making back in the late 1700s. This is close to what he was kind of putting out there at the time. So I'll read you the label here, and we'll give it a pour, guys. See what we got. And I got this bottle, by the way, for 10 bucks. It was on sale, but I got it for 10 bucks. I've seen that people pay upwards of close to 20 bucks sometimes, and I haven't even opened this yet. So looking forward to this. Had to try it out, guys. It's a Jim Beam product. It's something different. I look for something different sometimes. As you will see in future reviews, I have a few reviews lined up. And yeah, some of them are a little bit different than what we have reviewed in the past. So looking forward to that. And but this was at Bevmo, as I said, on sale for $10. And read a little bit about it. I was like, okay, sounds interesting. It said this is what Jim Beam was, or Jacob Beam, sorry, was making back when he first founded the Old Tub Distilling Company or Distillery. So I wanted to try it out, guys. I just, anything that's kind of a throwback, kind of something similar to what they were making at one point. I want to try it. So read you the label here. It says Jacob's Ghost. It says Jacob's Ghost celebrates the spirit of Jim Beam's founding distiller, Jacob Beam, by refining the clear whiskey he first distilled in 1795. Jacob's Ghost is clear, but it isn't moonshine or an unaged white dog. It's a special whiskey aged at least 1 year in white oak barrels and crafted by our master distillers with over 200 years of Beam tradition to be uniquely versatile and flavorful. So, looking forward to doing this one, guys. And then we'll get into our next product over here. Okay, so, and guys, I'll tell you, I'll look at it in the glass, but in the bottle it says it's not a white dog because it's been aged for a year. Aged 1 year minimum, it says. Still 80 proof, 40% ABV, and this is the classic, Jim Beam white label mash bill that they used to make this, but aged 1 year instead of the 4 that Jim Beam white is aged for. So put it down. Let's see, and it's I can see it in the bottle. And I can see it in the glass, especially when I hold it back against the wall here. It's got a yellowish tint to it, so you can see that it has been aged for a little bit. Definitely still very light in color. Only aged for 1 year, so just a tiny bit of that barrel char in there. All right, let's get the nose, guys. And it's just on appearance, by the way, it's sticking to the glass for longer than I would think it would. And on the nose, yeah, it does smell somewhat young, but it's not harsh at all. And it's funny, I can smell that this is Jim Beam. I can smell, this smells a lot like what I would imagine the white label would kind of start off as. It's definitely it's got a lot of corn sweetness to it, but it's got a little bit of the other flavors that make Jim Beam stand out. What the flavors that Jim Beam's kind of known for, or the scents on the nose there. It's got some of that caramel sweetness, definitely the corn, as I said. It's got a little bit of that nutty note. Jim Beam to me always has that nutty kind of almost a peanut brittle type nose to it that you get a lot in all the Jim Beam products, including Old Crow. Old Crow, guys, I love Old Crow. Some people might turn their nose up at it, but I swear Old Crow it's a good whiskey. It is a good whiskey. And for $10, that's awesome. Anyway, back to this one. Definitely get a very light bit of oak on the nose. Very light bit of oak. Although, like I said, all the things that Jim Beam white tends to have in the nose, you get them in here just very, very faint. And it's got a good nose. It really does have a good nose, especially for a really young 1 year old whiskey. So let's give it a taste. And guys, again, on the palate, it's got a good taste. It really does. I've never had this stuff before. It's very, very good. It does taste young. Again, it's not harsh. It's really not. You get a little bit. It's funny. You can get a little bit of that spice, from the rye, but it doesn't have, any kind of bitter, harsh aftertaste. Not for me. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla in there, a lot of corn sweetness. Again, just a faint little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel type note in there, a little bit of that peanut brittle type note in there. It's just a really good, really pleasant whiskey. It's and for $10, it's awesome. Yeah, guys, it's It's something to try. Definitely something to try. I'm glad I got this for $10. This is a very good deal. And I'll drink this again. If I can find this again, especially around that price point, I'll get it again. I probably wouldn't pay, um, $20+ like I've read that some people have, just because there are other whiskeys you can get in that price range that are more to my palate, I guess. But this is still definitely something to try. I recommend trying it out, and I really do like it. It's a good whiskey, different, and it's kind of cool to be drinking something that's at least somewhat similar to what old Jacob Beam was making back in the late 1700s, back when he started Jim Beam, or the old Tub distillery. Really good, and from a kind of historical aspect, and just as somebody who likes to drink something different once in a while, definitely recommend this. So finish this up, and I just realized that I do not have any water in front of me. Should have grabbed some from the fridge, but we're not going to waste time and get up and get any water now. After I'm done with this, I'll pour a little bit of this product right here and tell you what I think. Okay, guys, I'm going to give a rating for this Jim Beam Jacob's Ghost. It's different, and for creativity, kind of uniqueness, it's not just a white dog, as I've been saying. It's something a little bit different, a little bit of age, just a little bit. Everything together, kind of combined, I'm going to give this an 84 out of 100. I think it's definitely a good whiskey to try out. So, Jacob's Ghost, 84 out of 100. Let's put this aside and talk about this one here, guys. You might have seen the commercials. This is Budweiser. And guys, I'm here in California. It's the heart of craft beer. It's craft beer country. It's wine country out here too. But Lagunitas. I grew up. If anybody's had Lagunitas, IPA or any of the other beers that they put out, there are several now. Lagunitas is 5 minutes down the road from where I grew up in Petaluma, California. And I'm just surrounded by craft beer. And guys, I like craft beer, but a lot of times IPAs start to all kind of taste the same to me. I like them okay. I like them. I should say I like IPAs. I get burned out on trying the same stuff all the time. And I'm not one of these people that, no offense if you are, but I'm not one of these people that, I'm not a beer snob. I'm not. When I drink beer, if somebody has a craft beer, I'll drink it and I'll enjoy it. If somebody has a domestic beer, I'll drink it and I'll enjoy it. I'm all over the map when it comes to beer. And Budweiser, when I saw that they were putting out this copper lager here, which is aged on real Jim Beam barrel staves, it says right there, I wanted to try this out really bad. I talked to my buddy Adam, Adam from the Whiskey Wasteland. He sent me a picture of this stuff, showing me that he had bought some. This was probably over a month ago. And guys, I've been looking all over for this, and they haven't had it. Finally, went to Bevmo, and Bevmo had a 12-pack of this just a few days ago for $13.99, and I had to try it out, guys. It's people are doing different stuff all the time with beer, with whiskey, with they're always trying to do something different. But I saw this was aged on real Jim Beam staves and needed to try this out. Staves, guys, being the planks of wood that make up a barrel. So it's aged with, you know, at least part of a barrel of Jim Beam. Not sure if it goes in the barrel or if it's just aged on some of the staves themselves. So anyway, 6.2% ABV. It says this is a flavorful American copper lager brewed with 2-row barley and aged on real Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves for a toasted oak aroma. A deliciously nutty taste with caramel rye and vanilla notes and a smooth finish. So, as I said, I saw this, guys, and I mean, I had to try it out, you know. And as I pour it, it's funny. I've had a bottle of this already, and not today, another day. But anyway, I had a bottle of this the other day, and drank it straight from the bottle. So this is the first time I'm seeing this. Just poured it into this glass, and it's a dark color, guys. I mean, for anybody that knows Budweiser, Budweiser is usually pretty light in color, and I can see, looking at this, that it got some of that barrel char in there. So I'm looking forward to reviewing this one, guys, because as I said, I tried it the other day, and wanted to let you know what I think about it. So as I said, if you guys can see that, it's pretty dark in the glass there, a solid amber color. Lot of char in this one. And on the nose, guys, I don't even know if I should be doing, you know, nosing beer, but I'm going to tell you what I think anyway. It's got a nice cereal note, but it also has a really nice kind of caramel sweetness to it. Some good corn sweetness there on the nose. It's got a really nice, you know, beer smell. I mean, it's, you know, it doesn't smell, it almost smells like an amber ale, actually, to be honest with you. Let's just try this out, guys. And it reminds me a bit of an amber ale as well on the palate there. It does have the normal Budweiser cereal note. That's, you know, Budweiser seems to get a bad rep for some reason, as well as some of these other domestic beers. And to me, there's nothing wrong with them. They just have a nice cereal type note to them. You know, sweetness, corniness to them. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, they're nice and simple. It's beer. You know, it's beer, and it's refreshing, and it's good. But take another sip here. So, it's funny. This tastes a lot like an amber ale to me, as I said. I can get some of the notes from that would be in Jim Beam. I can taste some of that caramel. It definitely has a little bit of an oakiness to it. Definitely some like wet wood note in there. It's got back to the cereal graininess, corniness. You know, it's got some sweet corn to it, and it's really good, guys. I mean, this is really good. I'm glad that I got this. You know, it's something different, again, like the Jacob's Ghost. It's different, and yeah, I like to change it up every now and then, guys. Don't want to be drinking craft beer all the time. You know, and I like going back to the domestics, and I like to see that Jim Beam and Budweiser kind of collaborated and made something pretty darn good. I don't get any of the. It's funny. I was reading some of the description of this beer, and it said It says okay. It doesn't. Okay, it does say it on here. It says a deliciously nutty taste, like the peanut brittle that you would get in Jim Beam. But I don't get that nutty taste in this one. I don't. As I said, I'm getting more of the caramel, the wood, the vanilla, and then sweet corn and cereal type notes to it. And it's maybe some like a little bit of like a burnt malt note to it. It's good, really, really good. So I recommend trying this out. You know, everybody has something that they're doing, something new that they're doing, kind of gimmicky or whatever. But you know what? Every once in a while, I want to try it out. You know, whatever the gimmick is, it's like, okay, let's see. I've got to see it for myself. Yeah, I've done it with even some of the stuff that I know that I wouldn't usually like you know, Jim Beam and Jack Daniels and Evan Williams, Wild Turkey. They all put out, you know, different, you know, honey whiskeys and cinnamon whiskeys and whatnot. And it's like, even if I know I'm probably not going to like it, I'm like, okay, got to try it out, see how it is. And that's how it was with this one, guys, with Budweiser. You know, it's a beer, but they're doing something different. Wanted to try it out. And this one's a winner, guys. This one is very, very good. I'm going to rate beer a little bit differently than I rate whiskey. Just because, I don't know. That's how I'm feeling. I'm going to go with what I'm feeling on this one. Budweiser, Copper Lager, Jim Beam. This one here, I'm gonna go with an 82 out of 100. I think 82 is a good score, guys. That's a B. You know, it's nothing too, you know, it's nothing that's gonna like blow your mind. But I think if you taste this, you're gonna be like, okay, this is pretty good stuff. It's still really refreshing. You know, it's different. It's different. But I will say this. I think I probably like this better than I like regular Budweiser. And I like regular Budweiser, you know. I'd probably give regular Bud like a 75 out of 100, something like that. This one, as I said, gets an 82. Fair score, a B. And thank you, Jim Beam and Budweiser, for kind of trying something out. And I really do enjoy this. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Glad to have you back. I'm glad to be back. Thank you if you guys stuck around this whole review. I know this was kind of a long review, but it's been a while, and I wanted to make the most of my time. So thank you guys again. I have a few more coming up. Can't say when, but hopefully soon. And until next time, hope you're all having just a good life, guys. My life is great. A little bit busy at times, busier than you know, I feel like I can handle, but get through it, and look forward to talking to y'all soon. Until next time, cheers.